Warm welcome also from my side. Jens Potthoff, my name. I'm with Transcat, TECHNIA and TECHNIA since more than 21 years, leading the R&D for the 3D software. And together with Arnd.
Yeah, I'm product manager at TECHNIA, located like Jens in Karlsruhe in Germany. And some of our products with XCompare, Light3D, we'll show to you today. So we'll start with an overview. Martin mentioned already a lot about it, where we are located in terms of location.
He has stolen our first slide here.
Yes.
So these are the development labs, let's say, what we have in our software division. Yeah, in total 150 or nearly 150 people. The purple ones are the one where we are developing the 3D software. So what we are talking about during the next hour.
1 hour.
Or in this track. So main department in Karlsruhe, using the Indian possibilities with a bigger team in Pune, as well as nearshore in Slovakia. This as introduction. So there are a lot of trends in software development, and we put here together the trends which are important for us, which are on our agenda, and we as a smaller software vendor, it's our main target to be very close with you, with the customers, and provide the user experience. I think if you click 1 or 2 times more,
I can give you the.
No, you can. So user experience, having less mouse clicks, having good user interfaces, bringing really the right feedback to the end user, reliable calculations. We will see later on. So we have a couple of products where this is very important. So this is our main point, being closely together with you. And for sure, on technology-wise, especially when looking to the Light3D, so the neutral platforms where we have also web development and so on. So we are on top of the edge.
Correct, like cloud, machine learning, artificial intelligence. We'll see a little bit more later. These are topics that are also affecting us in our future development.
Yeah, showing how close we are with the customers if we look on the releases. So
exactly. So one slide showing you the 3D software releases. Maybe starting with QChecker, that is most familiar to you, very close with the customers, and also with the release cycle. We are always up to date with the latest releases. V5-6 2019, or related in V6, the 19X support, but also close with the customer, the 13XE environment, which is quite of a specific 3D experience release, only limited available to dedicated customers. Also QChecker is supporting this environment. And then throughout the year with the different products, whether it's CAVA or XCompare, we have between 1 and 4 releases per year, very close, aligned with major customers, putting demand to the product, having the need or wanting to release to a certain point in time, and we're trying to align our releases with our customers.
We put in the presentation also a short overview, mainly by video, to give a small insight of what is the application doing. And
indeed,
we start with
the first one, and this one is showing you the first product, CAVA. So CAVA is for vehicle homologation and packaging, mainly in the car industry. So you can put all the regulations and rules inside of CATIA. We have a workbench available with a lot of different domains, whether it's safety, vision topics, overall vehicle architecture. And these rules and guidelines you can apply on the models, on the design models. So it's highly configurable and containing all the international standards. So you use it right in CATIA. You have all the CAVA features stored directly in the CATIA tree to easily reuse it, save it with the CATIA model, and then like here, adjust the mirrors to the correct positions. So we see the instructions fields, the field that is required to see, and this is validated by CAVA, and you get a check mark, okay, you fulfill these requirements.
So the users can already in a very early stage of the vehicle concept, they can take care to fulfill later on the legal requirements. That's how it started, but we have in the meantime, we have also a lot of functionality which is not only for legal topics and which could be also used outside of the automotive area. And maybe this gives you also some idea of what is feasible to automate and ensure a good process inside CATIA.
Yeah, like here an example on the safety where we have touch points to the bumper, and here it's verified whether the ball can touch the point and whether the radius there is correct or not. So a lot of calculation going on with these different
yeah, we have started this in 2003
yeah.
with the German car makers using CATIA. In the meantime, we have around the world, don't know the exact number, Martin. 100 is always a good number of OEMs and supplier using CAVA to ensure their legal requirements. And I mean, even if it's a very mature product, I mean, there are a lot of new requirements. Could come to be up to date. I mean, also the standards are evolving. Not all, but some of them, especially the newer one, like pedestrian protection and so on. So for sure, we have to be always up to date. There are new algorithms in. And so this is something what we can deliver very, very quickly to the market. But also about performance, for sure, there are always things to improve and also to bring in new capabilities for, also improve the usability. For example, in the field of safety radio, so where we put a lot of effort in to make it really usable with less mouse clicks and getting directly some good feedback. And I mentioned already, when you click once more, there are also some ideas on bringing it to a little bit other domains. So we have customers using it in the aerospace because you can. For sure, you can see a sensor of a radar and compare it with an eye. So we have a feature which shows the 3D visibility of the driver. This could be used for the blocking calculation of landing gear or tanks at an aircraft.
Yeah, similar in trucks. So you have different requirements on trucks compared to cars, but when it comes to vision requirements, there's a quite good overlapping. So also trucks can benefit from CAVA functionality.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to bringing the regulations for the Formula 1 into it. So,
so we're already starting.
Maybe next year we can show more. Let's see.
Yeah, we want to do a proof of concept next week. So we're quite close into going into the Formula 1, definitely different requirements to cars.
But I think it's not a red car, or the...
No.
Not yet.
But there's also a lot of regulations from the FIA, which shall be controlled and verified. So doing this in the CAD is very beneficial when you look at the speed when it comes to different requirements from weekend to weekend. Yeah, what we do also in terms of user experience, Jens mentioned it. We want to spend more time there, getting user guidance, supporting him better on selecting the right geometry, assisting the user more to use the product more productive.
Yeah, and here also your input is requested or it's required. I mean, all the things what we put into our products, not only CAVA, also the others, is coming from the customers. And that's very valuable input.
Good. Performance, we spoke about it. So also here, multi-threading, wherever it's possible, we parallelize processes. We think about also GPU support and doing calculation on GPU, which could boost certain performance a lot. So performance is definitely always a topic in applications. We can think about safety radius applications where it's millions of points that need to be checked. Multi-threading is a very key point. Okay, next product. So next product is, or maybe questions on CAVA first.
Yeah, let's do it interactively, as Johan mentioned. So we are a small room, so feel free to ask your question, either now or later on.
Let's jump to the next video. So it's QChecker, introducing QChecker to you. So here it's embedded in 3D Experience, or QChecker for V6, tightly integrated with our QPLM solution. When you are searching a model and you try to promote it, QPLM will reject it in this case because the quality was not good enough to do the maturity change. So what we do now, we have to load the model into CATIA. We'll need to recheck it. And yeah, what we see here, we see directly the colors assigned to the quality. Green is okay, what is not okay. So we run the QCheck application in CATIA, some KO, so some sketches not fully constrained. We need to fix this one. Whether it's possible, QChecker provides automatic healings. So the user just need to click and then everything is fine here. Some manual thing is required. Healing this finally, everything will be good, and we are able to save and release this document. So the file is directly stored back, and maturity change is possible. So what have we done on QChecker during this year? So as mentioned, we are always up to date with the latest CATIA releases, 19X or V5-6 2019. Unfortunately, with a certain delay, but we try our best to be as fast as possible with QCheck available on the market. The 13XE was a release, a very specific one. But here, customer focus is very important. You have in V5 roughly 400 plus checks already available that were coming from our customers in the past 15 years. We still enhance it because our customers are demanding us. So like this release this year, we put a lot of effort in adding additional electric checks based on customer requirements.
Yeah, and for sure also the power by technology is important for us and will be covered by QPLM quite soon.
Yeah, good. So for the future, what we are working on and what we have done already is a QChecker not only looking for the CAD data quality, but also looking for metadata that are stored inside of 3D Experience. So extending the vision of the product. Looking into new domains like Delmia, we can imagine of doing checks there, but also checks in manufacturing domain can be of interest if you ask us for it. So we have the technology, you hopefully have the business needs, and we can combine it. Yeah, and with Slide Comply, we'll see it shortly later. We also have data quality checking when it comes to neutral formats to the JT format.
So what's that?
Okay.
Two models?
XCompare. So we have two models that almost looking similar, but they aren't. So identifying the differences, that's a topic of the XCompare products. In this case, two parts where we look for shape differences. Here we see in red and green color where the geometry has been changed. We can also go much deeper into the model, not only looking just from the shape point of view, but XCompare is also looking in the feature level itself, in the structure. So when it comes to changes, like here, sketches, we see some sketches that have been modified, or certain features like hole diameters have been changed. This will be identified, the feature itself will be highlighted, and the differences. So that's comparison of two parts, but we do the same also for drawings. So drawings, still today, most customers rely on drawings. Drawings are very important, and comparison is done here in part of an overlay. So also here we get green and red colors to show the differences on the sheets or on the views. Either here you can go on the sheet level approach, but also dedicated by features and identify the distant differences. And everything is put to reports, 3D reports in HTML, which you can very good consume outside of CATIA, but also share with customers or even store it in your systems.
So the FDAs could be also checked on 3D level for sure. So you will find all the differences, and not only on part level, also on product level and different formats, so that you can easily identify the differences. So assume you are getting a new revision from your supplier, but often you do not exactly know what was changed. Yeah, if you use XCompare, you will easily identify it and be able to document it also.
Okay, what have we done on this product? So several user improvements on usability, but also improvements on the report, high quality images, also based on customer demands, when you have very large drawings and you want to have these somehow recorded, you need to have a very high resolution. So this is done, but also the 3D reporting, where you have the 3D content embedded in an HTML file that can be shared without any viewer. You just need a browser for that one.
Wasn't this picture animated here when you?
It might be, yes. This is animated. So, and what we recently added for a customer is...
It's so nice, we should show it.
Is the functionality to have a heat map animation or heat map color, so that you see deviations not only in one color, that you see the distance, like you know it from FEM systems, displayed in the models. Vpm support, so not everybody is on Suite Experience yet. Vpm v4, Vpm v5 is still around at customers, so also this support is added to XCompare recently and just published last week. Okay.
Good. Light 3D is, as product manager, this is definitely your point, Arnd.
Take it. Good. Yeah, with Light 3D, I did not put a video here because this is just roughly 4 minutes long. I introduced Light 3D to you in one slide. So Light 3D is a portfolio where we're looking for neutral formats and 3D data to deliver it to more people outside of engineering. So engineering has access to 3D with the CAD system typically, but how about other users outside of engineering? Do they have access to 3D? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Okay, yeah, here our portfolio is not only for data exchange, but really to deliver 3D visualization to downstream users. So
what about, are you using web visualization or visualization based on web technologies already? Yeah, it's a quite new topic, but maybe it could be of interest. Okay.
Yeah. Correct.
But let's take this. I mean, we can have a discussion later on how it could bring some benefit for you.
Yeah, so we focus here on the JT format because this is very much driven in the automotive industry in Germany. So, and not only the automotive industry in Germany, but all over the automotive industry, the car manufacturers are relying a lot on the JT format as a neutral file. And we have set up in the past, almost 10 years, a quite huge portfolio, starting from viewing, desktop viewing, web viewing, but and other applications like data quality is included, IP protection with light drop, so you can even simplify the data. You have BWeb data inside, you have tessellated data, you have PMIs, you have a lot of attributes. So the data has a lot of knowledge inside, but also here a question, do you want to share everything anytime? So light drop can support this. And customer-specific applications. Light machine is one good example where the customer had a multi-cut and still has a multi-cut environment, but aligning their processes to JT as one neutral format, and downstream is using JT instead of CATIA. Yeah, rather new in this domain is the Leica product, which is very related to the CAVA, but here delivering the homologation inside of our Lightbox viewer together with the functionality that we just saw from CAVA.
And also highly requested by the customer. So it was not on us saying, hey, we have this algorithm. Would be cool to bring it into the JT world. No, it was a customer asking us, hey, you have this tool in CATIA V5. We are not using CATIA V5, but we are using JT. You have the Light 3D portfolio. Why not bringing it together? So in there, I mean, it's at the start, but we have already a couple of functionality developed together with the customer, but available as a product.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah, up to date, what we did, so with the last release, we're not only concentrating on JT, we are now also delivering the ability to work with object files, not really engineering close, or VML, quite an old format, but still here and there active. Also from customer demand, we added the support in our Light 3D platform. Step XML, we already support, which is a BOM structure, not the step AP242 itself is yet supported. Performance, when you think about performance and viewing, it should be there in a second. It's a must. Yeah. And we did a lot of effort 2 years back, but still continuing improving the performance when it comes to viewing, but also when it comes to checking JT.
And I'm sure we will do also in 10 years still.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because it's always a topic.
You can't see the graph on the top, but recently, it was improved by 4,000% for dedicated scenarios. It's always, when you have customers, when you have the scenario, you can optimize on this one. Technology-wise, the platform is using Java, Oracle Java so far. So we exchanged this by OpenJDK, which is now, you know, the rumors about Oracle becoming commercial. You need to pay for it. So we stepped out of this one and use the OpenJDK now. Yeah, and some things that happened in Lightbox. So we are now going into the direction of work instructions with Lightbox. We have a long time already redlining functionality where you can add markers and highlight things. But we, over the past releases, we extended this to be supported by work instructions, or to have work instructions now. Very close to the customer, so since the past releases, we are working very close with the customer on making this available, so that you can, like this example on the Lego model, you can make instructions in 3D and publish it to the user, use it in Lightbox. Also in the view viewer, there's a view viewer available if you like, just use it. You can open JTs in the future. You can use these work instructions that are created in the authoring tool, but also export it to our 3D HTML format. And this is an .html file that you can everywhere, anytime open. You just need a browser, whether it's a tablet or a mobile phone. You have the instructions with you. Yeah, and a few more words on light car. So here we have the functionality of CAVA, not everything yet, based on the customer demands. Started the development with pedestrian protection, close range visibilities. Now currently embedding and adding the bumper and side impact functionality. So more and more is coming also here to this portfolio. If you want to do homologation, not in CATIA, but have the need for JT or other formats.
And the good thing, it's faster. So now we have a battle between the development teams. So who will be faster with the calculation. So currently Light 3D is clearly in front here.
Clearly winning, yes. Of course, if you don't have to rely on existing infrastructure, you can build everything from scratch. You can much better optimize performance. Yes. My PLM.
Good, my PLM. I mean, we will see later on by Jan. He will go deeply into the topic and answer also all the questions to you. But for sure, I mean, also here we want to improve. Yeah, we want to improve our products. We want to be on top of the technology, and therefore there are a couple of ideas on what we can do here. One thing is also to make it maybe a little bit more sexy in terms of user interface, going to new technologies, also getting rid of Java, for sure. So that's one point. But also the topic of software distribution is coming more and more. Yeah, so we have ideas to use MyPLM also in this area. Yeah, to extend it, expand it. Yeah, and some of you may know we provide, based on MyPLM, we provide also the OEM update service. Yeah, where we provide the different CATIA environments of the OEMs. Also here we are thinking, and we want to discuss with you, and later on we can have these open discussions, whether this could be something to go into the cloud area. So a couple of interesting questions. So we have the expert with us. Some customers are also here. So let's see in which direction it could go with MyPLM.
Correct. Finally, we move invisible. We saw the good
I think
session already.
Not too much to say because Henrik already showed it this morning. Yeah, very powerful tool, not only for 3D experience, also available for V5. So if you have huge parts with a lot of internal thing which is not so relevant for your processes and you want to get rid of it for certain processes, then you can easily remove invisible to detect it and remove it from the product.
Yeah, recently added here is also handling of transparent parts, so that you can decide how you want to handle transparent parts. Shall it be blocking or not? And also the ability to use user directions, not looking from all around the model, but you can define user directions from where the model should be should be looked at and what is visible or not visible. So it's a very close requirements from customers. Innovation.
So, what are we doing in order to be innovative and think about new products? So we have next week, we have our, how much is it? Six
hackathon, yes.
Of our Go Explore hackathon. So it means we give time to our developers. For sure, they can also do it in other times, but we have dedicated time frame where we motivate them, push them to try out new ideas, build up prototypes or concepts or mock-ups for potential future products. Yeah, and one topic where we want to concentrate on this year is the artificial intelligence, machine learning, because that's definitely a trend, and we can imagine that this will be helpful also in the PLM area. Also here, we have later on the round table, but also afterwards in the discussions, I would be happy if we can have some discussions where you believe artificial intelligence can improve your processes or your tools. And this could be in variant ways. So it could be some for the next user interactions. So what are whatever thousands users have clicked after this action, next action was this one. Make a dedicated user interface, make it much easier, less clicks, and guide the users. Or when thinking about the server monitor, that's more on the, let's say, on the other track, where we are able to monitor different processes on the 3D experience platform, and there are a lot of logs. Yeah, reusing this information, what is there, in order to predict or prevent certain DB problems or whatever that some file systems are running full or whatever. Yeah, or even thinking a step forward, what about support bots? Yeah, could be all questions. New technology comes in. I mean, we want to see how we can leverage this into our existing or new products in order to make the PLM engineering IT more easy for you. So I'm looking forward for this discussion.